Welcome and good afternoon to another Valor's Cast Gamecast of the Round 2 HomeStory Cup. We have the top left, Lambo, the Zerg, in the bottom right, Gerald, the red Protoss. It's going to be a very exciting game. Lambo, a little bit of an aggressive Zerg, and Gerald, well, he's a little funny with his Protoss. A little unorthodox in how he goes about it. We have seen him in round 1 where, some games he prioritizes making a lot of units, but the upgrades just weren't quite there. And Lambo just plays very well for Zerg. Unfortunately, the Protoss versus him, Zaun, did whoop some ass, but that's all right because this isn't Zaun here. This is Geralt here. We'll see how this match goes down. Very exciting to see this. I gotta stop using that word, really. Everything is so exciting, it's kind of like when you say the word hilarious. Like, oh, that was hilarious. You lower the meaning. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. But, got an expansion coming down from Lambo. Pretty standard stuff. One gas probe, though. Probe is taking them resources. Little thief. Oh my goodness. And they don't care. They're like, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours, dog. All good, all good. Don't gotta worry about it a thing. But he does not see that the spawning pool is down here, so maybe he's trying to pull a little one over on him, but he does know that the hatchery is down. David, though, coming across the field, trying to say hello. What wisdom does David bring this time? He does see the gateway. He does see the cyber core, which I can only assume he's going to think it's a cyber core going down. Spawning pool does get spotted by the probe. Probe is harassing. Think he's causing some kind of issue here for the Zerg, but the Zerg being one step ahead. He's already got his little expansion down over here. Zerglings coming out. They're going to be doing some scouting. Adept coming out. This wall off is not complete yet, so probably going to try to do some harassing with the Adept. Let's see how that goes, buddy. Protoss with an expansion. Probe getting a little bit of an attack from the Zergs. Not a whole lot going on there. Warp Tech going to be coming down, or just starting, my bad. Ling Speed on its way, and a Stargate. Hopefully we'll see some Oracle harassment come out, but he doesn't seem to be bothered by this by this Overlord. He's kind of chilling. He's like, okay, he hasn't made stalkers, Free real estate is free real estate. Unfortunately, there are some adepts coming across the field. He does see these, and he's gonna do a little harassment with those probes, or with the Ling. Unfortunately, not getting a whole lot of value there. He does cause a little bit of distraction, but not much. These Adepts, though, trying to get some kind of value here, just not quite where they should be. They do teleport out, hopefully. They're going to get warped away. The Zergling's not able to eat them fast enough. This is what it is. We do have a third coming down. Third base finishing up for Lambo here. Zergling's coming out across the field. Link speed is now done. They're going to be zipping across. Fortunately, they aren't cracklings quite yet, but they are fast enough to become a problem. These Adepts are going to have a little bit of an issue. That one is going to get a little more kills before it's done. At 4 kills, 5 kills, and it's out of there. It's no longer able to do anything. Oracle, though, coming through. He's going to push away those Zerglings. You know what I think would be really nice to see from Geralt here is some really effective uses of the reveal. It is by far one of my favorite abilities of the Protoss. Even though I'm not a Protoss player myself. I like me some Zerg. But the reveal is just so nasty in that it could just provide you umpteenth range and vision on everything, and it just stays revealed for so long. Lambo is getting aggressive with the expansions. Unfortunately, the Protoss is kind of matching him, which is not a good spot for the Zerg to be in. If your opponent, Terran, Protoss, Zerg is kind of in a... Zerg versus Zerg is in a weird spot when it comes to expansions, but as far as I know, the rule of thumb when it comes to expanding, if your opponent is able to keep up with you as Zerg or outbase you in economy, you're not looking to be in a good position. Those Oracles do snipe 1 kill coming through. Not enough. And David does go down. That is very sad to see. Stalkers are now out on the field. He does know that he's finally built something to harass him. Is what it is. Ground 1 damage being researched. Blink is being researched. Good stuff there. Base is getting saturated. Creep spread is there. The reveal, though, is going to unfortunately cost him some creep. Not a super major deal. These queens, though, are very wary of these oracles. Oracle's like, hey, check this out. Wow. Just little back shot of that. Dead. Didn't even give it a chance to spawn in. That's what it is. Baneling Nest and a Hydra Den. That is interesting. Gerald, though, trying to cause some kind of value with those oracles. He's not doing a whole lot except for a bunch of scouting. Stalkers are now coming out across the field. I think we're going to see an engagement here. This is going to force Lambo to answer, as he is going to be taking an Overlord with him, causing him to be supply blocked. Zerglings are going to die, freeing up a little bit of that supply. Adepts coming in, harassing, trying to get some work on the mineral line. Unfortunately, though, the Adepts don't quite get the squeeze they need and get squeezed themselves. But unfortunately, oh no, these workers are in trouble. Somehow he did not manage to kill that many workers. Pretty nice hold from Lambo, but I do think Gerald does get the higher value from that, as he is now on his 4th base down. Oh boy. Oh, workers being killed. Oracle's sniping some of that stuff. Oh, and there's a 5th worker, 6th worker coming down. Queen's not able to shoo him off fast enough. Zerglings are coming out across the field. That one Zergling just kind of chilling, hanging out. Unfortunately, is unaware that he has almost as equal enough Stalkers as he does Lings. This is not a fight he's going to win, even if he did get the surround on that. Zerglings are going to be, unfortunately, pushed back. But in the main base, there is, unfortunately, a lot of Zerglings getting some kills. 10 probes go down. That will set back the Protoss a little bit. I think he's still in a safe enough position that it won't affect him that much. His army value is just incredibly there. Hydra's now out on the field. Wouldn't mind seeing some lurkers. I think some lurker play would be really nice here. Psionic Storm, High Templars, pretty standard for Gerald. I will say one thing he is really good with that I've seen out of him in the round 1 is his micro with his units, impeccable. Like, he is just really good. He's good at blinking. He's good at showing solid unit control. So I think if there's anything that he does really well at, it's especially unit abilities, especially caster abilities. Which, if you're playing Protoss, you probably should be good at one of those things. Baneling's getting morphed. Hydra's just kind of sitting there. Range is going to get finished, but the Protoss upgrades for damage is about halfway done. Stalker's kind of poking and prodding, hoping to get... Ooh! Snipes 1 of the Hydras. Maybe 2. Maybe not 2. Those Banelings are going to find targets to burst on, or maybe they're not. They are going to get locked down from the Oracle's abilities. Reveal goes out, so he keeps an eye on everything. Only 3 probes go down in this engagement. Storms are on the field. Oh, this is not looking good for Lambo. Gerald is holding this very well, but okay, I guess he's putting the hurt on him. Gerald is losing a lot of probes here. His units are collapsing. Never mind, Lambo's doing solid here. He is putting the pain down. He is going to be pushing that back. Incredible, but there are lings in the back that do kind of like stop those mines. Never mind, Lambo takes round 1. That was incredible. I thought he was going to have that, but I guess the collapse with the Hydras. Solid work there. All right, moving on to game number 2. Game number 2, Lambo, the bottom right, and Gerald at the top left. The first game, very interesting. I thought Gerald had that in the bag. It looked like he did have something going on there, something cooking, but he did not get out those Templars fast enough, and the storms just were a little late. I think if he maybe anticipated that a little sooner, that fight would have turned completely different, and that fight would have been 100% his. But Lambo utilizing Lingbane Hydra very well there, getting the surround and just like overwhelming him. It was very well done on both sides. And I do enjoy watching a good Baneling collapse around units, especially Protoss. It's so satisfying. Watching all the metal bits fly out all over the place. It's good stuff. Both players are going to be doing a little bit of scouting right now. Pro going to be stealing some resources again. Geralt, I don't know if you should do that, man. That might have led to the loss of last game. You know, if that probe was busy attacking, you know, putting on the hurt, I think we could have seen a different outcome. Also, oops. All right, early expansion coming down from Geralt. That's pretty common from what we've seen from him before. I think Geralt, like I said, I think Geralt and his strengths from what I've seen, he has very good unit control and ability control. But there's usually one thing that he'll lack in a game, and it's usually either the macro isn't there or the army isn't there. Like, and not talking about like composition wise, I mean just unit wise. Especially during round 1, it seemed that there were games where Geralt would either focus too heavily on getting out so many units that late game when the upgrades started mattering, they just, you know, they would collapse because they're fighting 2-2 Marines and he's like on 1-0, you know. And it seemed that Lambo was keeping up with upgrades. He does a pretty good job of that. But Geralt, you know, he usually, it's one or the other. Usually the game, you go back and you're like, ah, okay, he should have gotten more upgrades, or, ah, man, you should have gotten more units. But, you know, hindsight is always 20/20. I still think they're playing very well. Going to be having now not a shade, an adept coming across the field. Zergling going to be doing a little bit of scouting. He's going to see the front doors wide open. He is going to take a little gander, peek through. You know, how do you doing, neighbor? Let me get that probe while you're at it. Ling speed, not quite done yet, so unfortunately this Zergling will die to the Adept. 2 shots from the Adept, and it is cooked. That's alright. Lambo is doing better this game about keeping up his bases. I think I talked about it in the first round, where, you know, if you're... Oh, I did talk about it. Yeah, usually it's a bad rule of thumb. Sometimes it's wrong, but you know, usually if your opponent is like not Zerg and they are keeping up with you in bases, or they're like doing more than you, it's usually not a good sign for you. You might be a little cooked, or it might be that they are maybe too focused on the macro that they can't really, they're not keeping up with the other things they need to be keeping up with. So it's a double-edged sword sometimes, and usually it comes through in the final moments, whether or not that was a good call. Ling speed is done, though, so we got packs of Lings across the field. But we are going to have some Adepts out here causing some problems. That's not going to be anything to Lambo. It is going to cause a short pause in his mining operations, but Queens are on the hunt. They are thirsty for blood. They want that murder. They get it. They get 1, but he does get 2 workers with the Oracle. So I guess it's a little value. Killing some larvae. A little bit of a rude thing, but you know, hey, whatever, man. Oh, I think he heard that. I think he heard it. It's not gonna matter. This Oracle is in a little bit of trouble. Oh, but he sees a target-rich environment. He's going for it. He gets 2 kills. He gets 3 kills. He kills the larva. Lings are now spreading across to the other side of the map as he sees that he's got a bunch of oracles, but he probably doesn't have a whole lot going on at home. Ooh, pardon me. Oracle, though, does see these lings. They are just not doing anything. They're going to come in for the harassment. Or they're not. They're just going to sit there and die to the Oracle, getting a couple of free kills. This Oracle, however, being an absolute menace with 9 kills on him. Dude, go away. The Zerg doesn't want you here. Ooh, he is going to see that he is now on 4 bases. That's fine, because the Protoss is on 3, so he's doing all right. He just needs to saturate this and really put some pressure on with the units. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see right here. The Lings do see the Adepts, but they don't care. The Adepts also don't care because there are Stalkers and Oracles back at home. Oracles, Adepts coming across. Lings are probably going to try and come back to help out. There's not enough Lings to help, but there are enough Queens to help. In anticipation for these Adepts, he is going to cancel them to keep them with the main force. Stalkers are now here. That is going to be a big problem for Lambo here. Unless he gets the full surround on him. If he gets the full surround, maybe, but not with the Oracles there. I think instead he's going to gamble and he's going to go across and try and harass some workers. I think that's a good call. Never mind, he's going back. He's like, screw you, buddy. You know what? Never mind. You can take a free Overlord. I don't care. You don't. I don't need that. Oh well, Protoss looks like he's gonna be coming to do some damage. Those Stalkers are in a little bit of trouble unless they can get. Oh, very nice positioning there. Well done. And now we see the harassment on the other side. He's got Lings on one side of the map, and we got Protoss on the other. And he is not going to be doing anything with those Lings on the other side, as he has got to answer for this stuff going on. But he sees the teleport going back home. He tries to push with the Lings. There's not a whole lot he can do with those. Those Lings will be all dead. They died for nothing. They didn't accomplish a whole lot. That's okay. Lambo is still in the game, and he's still got a 4th base. His production is up there. Psionic Storms now almost done. Hopefully we'll see some actual storms out on the field. We don't have any Templars out yet, but that's okay. Zerg, though, putting some pressure, and Gerald is not having it. He sees that and is probably freaking out. He's got some Panic Zealots warping in. Probes are going to be harassed. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of... Oh, nope, never mind. 4 of them do go down. Oh my goodness, 9, 11, 13. Jeez, man. Okay, never mind. Those Zerglings put in some work. It's a very nice job. Lambo is keeping this Protoss at bay with just Lings and some can-do attitude, man. That's pretty solid. Gerald is not in a good position right now if this keeps up. And that, it looks like... Oh, cancel it, buddy. Cancel it. Please. It does not get canceled. That money does not get refunded. Unfortunate. What's this Overseer doing here? He's just chilling out. Protoss now moving across the map. Some good stuff. Is that... Oh... We're gonna see some lurkers, baby. High Templar, though, with the main force. Oracles still providing a lot of harassment value. Stalkers now here. Zerg does see this. That is a lot of stuff. That Spore Crawler probably gonna go down. Or not, it's going to be forgotten about. But the unfortunate thing is that I don't think he has any... He doesn't have any observers, so he's going to need to reveal these lurkers if he wants to actually handle them. I don't think he's going to, though. That Archon will die. Okay, never mind. He survives with, like, half shields. This is what it is, I suppose. Zealot's going to be getting killed over here. Whole lot more Zealots coming to whoop some ass. That's what I'm talking about, man. Get in there, Zealots. You fight for your broskies. Well, this is the big engagement now. Taking out a couple of those overlords. You leaving him supply blocked. Zerglings spreading around. Lambo is doing a fantastic job here. Lurker is getting revealed, though. That was very good. Very nice. He canceled his Nexus. Oh, no. And these Zealots are on the move. They're not ambued. Oh, no. The Lings are going to come in. They're going to provide some level of harassment. A hatchery does go down for Lambo, but it's not going to hurt him all too much. Oh my goodness, that's another 16 probes gone. 17. The number just keeps going up. Make it stop. It's at 21. Oh no. All right. Again, Lambo is maintaining a very solid position in here, despite the fact that he's losing a couple of buildings and keeping the main force at bay. He's mostly just keeping them off. He's waiting. He's biding his time. He's building up his real troops. And he is just playing merry-go-round with these Lings. Some very solid stuff here from Lambo. Is he going to get the reveal on those lurkers? I don't know, but the Zealots are going to come in, cause him to... Oh, he gets the reveal off, but he doesn't reveal all of them. One lurker does stay undetected. I don't know how much value that lurker is going to provide. It doesn't matter. He fends them off. He keeps 2 of his lurkers. And the main force, all they get is a few... We have Tempest out on the field now. That's what I'm talking about, baby. More lurker upgrades, more ranged upgrades. We're leaning heavy in to the Hydras here and their lurkers. They are going to make quick work of these Zealots. They have to keep their distance from those lurkers, otherwise they will be just minced Protoss meat. And unfortunately, Protoss don't really mince well. They just evaporate into spirits and then float up into the sky. So just a bad day overall, honestly. It sounds painful. A mothership. We got a mothership. Gentlemen, we've done it. Gerald, I appreciate the fact that... I appreciate what you're doing here, man. I just need you to pair it with a bunch of carriers, and then we're bringing back Wings of Liberty, baby. That stuff was goated. I didn't see it a whole lot, especially in the higher levels. But anytime I did get to see it, man, was it fun. It was just enjoyable. Lambo, though, is coming across the field, getting a couple of kills. Getting the crackling upgrades, the tier 2 damage upgrades for ground. Spires going down. Lambo is in for the kill right now. He is attacking on both fronts. He is keeping the forces at bay. Those lurkers shred with their ranged upgrade. Oh my god. But Gerald is making a move. He's killing some workers over here. Oh my gosh, dude. Why do Hydras have that ability? Oh. Zealots are actually doing quite a bit of work here, causing the main force to pull back as he has to answer this. He can't afford to lose more bases. He is almost completely mined out. Hanging on by a thread with his bases. Not as bad as Gerald, but he's kind of there. He needs another base. Same with Gerald. He cannot afford to not be able to expand. This main base pretty much mined out. This one's holding on a little bit. That one's getting there. Gerald's got to get some really good storms here, and just kind of overall, he needs to have a good spread. Otherwise, this is going to be painful for him. And that crackling upgrade with the Lings, that's going to hurt even more. But we do have Tempest out on the field. Hopefully that siege range is going to pull some numbers for him. Zealots trying to do some kind of work. Random Zealots are just hanging out up here. I don't know why they're up there, but unfortunately, they're gonna get caught in the crossfire. They're just gonna get devoured. Says, oh, hey, buddy, I see you're a little far from your pack. I'm gonna take some free kills. You don't need those Zealots. One Zealot does get a kill over here. He is trying to snipe. Oh, we snipe one lurker. We get the snipe on 2 lurkers. Unfortunately, though, he's got a really big force back there, but he's got a slightly bigger force over at the main base. Those lurkers going to go down. They're going to keep the Zealots and the Templars at bay. The Lings are going to come in. He does teleport back home. He's trying to hold this off. Gerald is in a very bad position right here. He can't really provide any level of harassment. Oh, man. Dude, Gerald, you got this, bud. I believe in you. Probably not, but you got to bring home the bacon somehow. No Psy Storms out on the field. What is going on? Come on, Gerald. Oh, dude, those lurkers just hurt. They are so painful. And the Hydras are going to make quick work of that mothership. It doesn't even matter. Tempests are over here. They can't see anything. That looks like it's going to be game for Geralt here pretty soon, as Lambo is doing fine. The only problem is he's a little bit supply blocked. Which, you know, being supply blocked is fine. We're trying to second go with the mothership, apparently. Range upgrades are being in the process. Oh, look at that little rich Vespine geyser. Terrazine, if you will. I think I don't know what is he doing with these. I don't think I've seen a single storm go down. Or maybe I'm not remembering correctly, but like he needs to be utilizing those storms so much more. Right? I don't know why he wouldn't be. Oh, there's a Psy Storm. Gonna be putting down some stasis wards. All right. I don't know how well that's gonna work out for you, man. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's up to 6 bases now. And he's probably gonna be saturating it very soon. I don't know if it's gonna matter because the game's probably not gonna go on that long. Lambo is ready. He's maxed out on supply. He's ready for the kill. He's gonna try and make something worth this. One Overlord does go down, but it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness, the Tempest range is insane, but he's gonna get to see that. Oh, he's not. Never mind, Changelings do go down. Corruptor's out on the field, hungry for anything in the air. He's got a firm grip. There we go. Psy Storms go down. Very nice. Convert them into Archons, cleaning up all of those lurkers. That's great, but unfortunately at another base, he's having to deal with some more stuff. The mothership is taking care of those Hydralisks, but unfortunately the Corruptors out here just free willy-nilly. They're not going to be doing a whole lot. That's a lot of probes that are now dead. He does push back this bottom force. Not a whole lot going on there. I think he's really just bringing back his Corruptors so he can deal with that air. One lurker does go down. It's not looking good for Lambo here. That is a lot of Tempest air. But those are Oracles with no energy, and he's got no observers out on the field. Tempests are cool, but, you know, detection would be even better. It would be even better if you had, you know, Zerglings that weren't chomping on your probes in the main base. That is 12 workers down, and just free will. They can just go kill whatever they want. A reveal does go down, unfortunately not on all of the lurkers. Doesn't matter though, because the Zerglings are just having a free little playground over here, chewing up everything. Morlings are going across the field. He's like, yeah, man, if you're not gonna deal with them, I guess I'll just put more in your base. Psy Storm does go down, but unfortunately it doesn't kill enough of them. It kills a lot of them, but not enough. Oh, going back through the storm. That was a smart move. Geralt needs to answer to this, but he unfortunately I don't know that he can. Zerglings are just cleaning up everything. There's going to be soon nothing left of this base. Lambo is just severely ahead. Oh my goodness, what are we at on the upgrades? Oh, yeah. severely ahead on the upgrades, severely ahead on the economy. Gerald's not able to produce anything. He's trying to get his stuff to come back. That is, oh, everything's dying. That is going to be a GG from Gerald very soon. He's trying to do something with it, though. He's trying to stay in the fight. Oh my goodness, those corruptors, though, they just obliterated that air. This is it for Gerald for game number 2. Win's gonna go to Lambo. I think, like, I think both players played very well here. I really enjoy the fact that he brought out lurkers in the second game. I think still overall very well played. Gerald could not handle the lings that were coming around, like early on, especially like anytime he had lings coming through, he would keep his main force at his base or somewhere off in the distance where like most of his stuff wasn't, right? And then he would just merry-go-round. He would merry-go-round, and he would keep his units here, and then he would never have an answer, and he never had a smaller force to deal with the lings, which, you know, fair. That's probably very difficult to do. But I think that's what allowed Lambo to get so much farther ahead, is because all he had was lings and queens defending against high-value units. You had adepts, stalkers, oracles. So very well played by both. If you enjoyed this, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. You feel free to like and subscribe. You know, that's entirely on your ball court. I'll be doing some more games coming up soon. And, yeah, you have a lovely day. Take care.